today's video, I'll be covering some ways on how I found out how I was wasting my time daily and some tools and methods I use to combat that to become more productive than ever. If you'd like to learn more about that, stay tuned and we'll get right into it. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Sean Lucas, and today we're looking at the ways I found I was unproductive and what I did to change that. But first, if you guys are new here, it would mean the world to me if you hit the subscribe button. It helps small creators like myself tremendously, plus it's free. Secondly, if you guys do end up liking the content in this video or myself, don't forget to hit the like button. It lets me and the YouTube algorithm know that I'm doing something right and more people should see it. Lastly, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get to them. Okay guys, so by the time you're watching this video right here, I would have stopped watching the stock market entirely for a little over 4 weeks. And I did this for a few reasons. Some of those reasons were to free up some time for some other life milestones. Some of those reasons were to free up some time so I can work on my side business. And yes, some of those reasons were to free up some time to slice some shots into the lovely houses of the nearby neighborhoods of my local golf course. But most importantly, it was to get back to the roots on why I started investing in the first place. This is another source of passive income for me. Emphasis on passive. I would say I'm a fairly busy person. It may not seem like it to some people. Mom and Dad, but I am usually booked on my Google Calendar from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. Emphasis on usually. I'm always brainstorming on new business ideas that I could do, or rethink some solutions that I've come up with other business ideas I've already done, or come up with new YouTube video ideas. So as you can imagine, my mind is always racing. I will try to cut to the chase here because my YouTube analytics tell me that the average viewer only watches 30 to 35% of my full video. So sadly, that means I've already lost some of you. But on the bright side, in this video right here, I will show you one of my favorite YouTube channels, one that has changed my life in a big way. The channel Matt D'Avella, or Matt D'Avella himself, has a super popular channel that has popped off in recent years, mainly due to his minimalism videos and his 1 month challenge videos. One of his 1 month challenge videos happened to be documenting everything you do in your day on Google Calendar for, of course, 30 days. Now, I decided to take what I learned from Matt's videos in regards to the Google Calendar and what I learned from one of the books I read this year, Morning Millionaires, What the Wealthy Do Before 8 a.m., and sort of mash those two together. But I picked out the important stuff. For instance, I wouldn't write down everything I do in a day on my Google Calendar because then it would just look like a bunch of nonsense. Like, pick my nose from 11 to 11:15 or burp loudly at around lunchtime. No. I decided to take one of the key takeaways from Morning Millionaires, which was to make a list of the 7 most important things you need to do in any given day. Then list those from most important to least important, and then only do the top 3. Me being myself, I decided to make my own version of this and try to get all 7 done completed in a day. Granted, some days I won't and some days I will, but each day I will try to get as much of that list done. And another important thing I found to be beneficial for me is that I try to leave off things that do happen on a daily basis or things that really should be done on a daily basis. Now, I used to do this all the time during my last semester of college because I had a huge workload of 19 credits plus doing some volunteer work on the side while maintaining a good workout regimen and time schedule. It really helped me keep everything organized during that chaos of a semester, which really worked out because I ended up on the dean's list for my last semester. However, since moving into lockdown and actually graduating, I fell off the path of keeping track of everything I needed to do in a given day, and actually for a little bit I lost track of time completely, which I know that it was a crazy time. This tool, the Google Calendar, is there to help me keep track of things that I need to get done and sort of keep me on a schedule of something similar of what it will be like when this lockdown gets lifted and everybody can finally go back to work, or in my case, adult work for the first time in my life. But let's move into the second part of the video. I needed to track everything I was doing in a day to see where I was going wrong. You see, I didn't feel like I was getting much done, and this was a way where I could see where I was going wrong. And it was very easy to see that I was spending way too much time watching the market while not doing anything else. Which is weird because I wasn't day trading and I wasn't swing trading. At the time, I only had long-term dividend investments. So it really didn't matter if I was watching the market at every given moment of every single trading day. Granted, it was or is probably the most interesting time in the market I will ever see in my life. But regardless, it still defeats the purpose of why I started investing or trading in the first place. I did it as another source of passive income. And something that I noticed from a lot of people who are long-term dividend investors is that they are super into the market like 24/7. Almost, if not more, than someone who is day trading or swing trading. Which I know everybody has their own style and method, but for me, I wanted this to be another source of income. I have other stuff going on in my life, so this source of income needed to be passive. The definition of passive income, quote, passive income is income that requires little or no effort to earn and maintain, end quote. But since I was so wrapped up in the market, I wasn't doing the stuff that was on my list, the stuff that needed to get done. Meaning this passive income wasn't so passive anymore. In this little experiment I did where I didn't watch the market for 4+ weeks was a little test for myself to see if I could do it. I obviously was addicted watching the market, and this was a test for myself to see if I could not watch my account for 4+ weeks. And turns out I can. And guess what? The money is still there, and it actually grew. I think. I don't know. I still haven't looked at it. So instead of wasting my time watching my account go up 2% one day, down 4% the next day, I decided to be more productive with my time. So for the past 4 weeks, I would wake up and either say my goals for that day or write them down. That being that I would do all the things on my list that needed to get done, regardless to what's happening in the stock market. Yes, I get it. Not watching the stock market at all, with having a bunch of money in it, was a little extreme. But guess what? Extreme's my middle name, and it was definitely needed. And a lot of you might be judging me and thinking to yourself, well, Sean, that seems pretty stupid. Why were you just watching the stock market without doing anything else? And all I can say is that it was a crazy time, as you all know. And I think what happened with me in the market can happen to a lot of other people in different situations. I was just addicted to seeing the market move around in a time of extreme uncertainty. But something that I learned is that sometimes you got to stand back and look at the bigger picture of what you're actually trying to accomplish. And for me, watching the market from open to close wasn't part of that plan. To start wrapping up here, I'm going to leave you guys with this tip. I found it to be very beneficial, and it's actually called batching. I didn't come up with this term. I actually found it on YouTube, go figure. Batching is where you kind of mass produce something, or as much as you can at any given time. But I choose to think of it as listing all the smaller things that are not necessarily going to go on my Google Calendar and sort of matching them all together of things that I can do at the same time. For example, I like to work out or exercise on a daily basis, and I also like to listen to podcasts, audible books, and I like to hang out with my friends. So to batch here, I would either listen to a podcast or an audible book while working out, or if I want to hang out with a friend, I would ask them if they want to go golfing or go kayaking or play spike ball, because not only are we hanging out together and having a good time, but we're also getting a little exercise, both of us, for the both of us. Well, guys, that's pretty much the gist of it. Other than the tips that I gave you, it's really up to you to see if you get the stuff you need to get done. Really, the only thing I can think of doing right now is looking at my stock portfolio. All right, here we go. The moment the moment I've been waiting for 4 weeks. Here we go. Should I do it? All right, putting the thumb on the scanner. Holy shit. Alright, all jokes aside, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you got some valuable information out of this video. This stuff really helped me out when I fell off the path during this quarantine, and I know if you guys have the same issues, it will help you out too. So, to wrap it all up, you guys know the deal. Subscribe if you're new here, smash the like button, comment your favorite color, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. I don't know how many times I can point at the camera to be more assertive. That helps small creators like myself. Alright! Subscribe button. Why can't I just say words a little extreme? But extreme is my middle name.